working my way through this GTS, just working out what I need to do next. I've already started taking a fair bit of stuff off. I've taken all the wind deflectors off because they were terrible. They were there. Also got a lot of rubbers off already. They've perished, and I've got new ones that I'm putting on there. And also even the brake pedal, which is missing the aluminium part, that's going on. So just working my way through the car and also tagging everywhere where the dents and the paint stamp removal needs to take place. But admittedly, it doesn't look that great at the moment, but I know where I'm going to get it. So you say seats will all be sorted, carpets will be like new. They had some sticky stuff that they put on there for the dash mat pad, but I've got this stuff that gets it off of plastic, so there was some on the binnacle there and it's all gone now. Pretty heady. That's what you need. Slowly working my way through it. This front bar is going to come off. There are clips underneath here which are broken, which actually hold it up, so I'll get those repaired. And what I'll do is I'm going to get the whole front bar resprayed because I'm not happy with the paint. The rest of the paint on the car is pretty good, but you look at the front here, it's just it's copped a lot over its lifetime. So I think it's done around about 129,000 K, something like that. I want to, and it came from Kalgoorlie, this car. So looking at the condition of some of the things that I want to change. Obviously this badge has lost a lot of its paint. That's going to be replaced with a new badge. I'm going to replace the headlights as well with new ones, because I'm not even going to bother to waste my time with these ones. They actually have started to peel a little bit inside. It's just not worth it. So just working my way through it, and then that way I'm marking the car. There's paintless dent removal. There's going to be some panels resprayed, and a few other things that need to take place on it. But having said that, it's dusty underneath because it's a Kalgoorlie car. That's all going to be cleaned up underneath here. The first portion was getting those wheels right, which I'm happy with. And now the next part of it's going to be replacing all the rubbers and all the other bits and pieces that I'm slowly ripping off. You can actually see some of it here already. And it's just, the quality of it's dead. I'm actually ripping all these rubbers off. They're consumables, you can order them and reseat them. You just got to make sure that this one here actually goes in a bit further there. You actually stick it in first, then you push it down. The other side's done, as you can see. All nice and clean. I clean up all behind the windows and get all the dust out. They fit perfectly. Okay, so all the rubbers are off and they've been replaced. Obviously that's a lot better than what was sitting there at the moment. The next few things for this car will be taking the brakes off, respraying them, putting the stickers on, redoing all of these wipers again. I'll blast them and repaint them, get this back to a nice black. Bonnet, sides, roof and boot will get resprayed. I want to get it resprayed. And then I'm going to start pulling the seats out. So once I pull these seats out, because I've got some damage on the bottom, which is repairable, and I've got new old stock seat covers, I'll start rebuilding those. Slowly working my way through it. But if you like these videos, please subscribe, like and share. Lots more on this one to come. It will look amazing when it's finished. I can already see it. Doesn't look like it just yet, but it will. Bit of money needs to be spent, but I can live with that. Okay, and I pulled out the seat from the passenger side because it's needed to be done. The driver's side is actually going to be next, so I've sort of done it one then the other. I just wanted to test it out on the passenger side. I haven't videoed that, but obviously the driver's side is just the reverse of this, which I will video, but to give you some sort of an idea of the finished product, that's what it looks like. So I'll just put a heat gun on it just to stretch it out a little bit, but that looks a hell of a lot better than that. This seat's badly worn, but the top of it's really good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be repairing all these cracks. I'm going to replace them with a new seat skin. I've got a new old stock one. And then I'll be plastic welding some of the plastic fittings that do break as you try to replace them. But I'll pull this one out. There's only 2 screws at the back, and then there's just these 2 kind of hooks hooking at the front. Actually, it's that way, hooking that way, and that way. So you tilt the seat forward, but you only tilt the seat forward after you've tilted that forward, then disconnect the power. And you've also got to unplug all of the plugs that are in here that control the seat. So it's a bit of a process, but it starts with taking out the 2 bolts that are holding in the back underneath those fittings there. There's 2 bolts. Then you tilt the seat forward, disconnect the power and the boot and the battery, and then push the seat forward, and then rock it back, and it'll come out straight away. Anyway, about to do that now. Okay, so these trims that sit on the side of the seats are broken for the Morpheus, and I've got a plastic welder here, and I've got a specific glue. Instead of buying new ones of these, I'll be able to repair these and put them back in the car without having to spend any money to repair them. And the other seat base, which is from the driver's side, has actually gone off to be repaired. I've bought some new headlights because the other ones are shag, so I've grabbed some new ones. That amplifier's coming out. I'm just going to take it back to the original wiring, and I've got everything disconnected at the moment because I'm working through the seats as we speak. I've got a solution for the sagging seat that was in here at the passenger side, and I've also taken off, there was a dash mat, and you can see here there was a glue, but you never have to worry about that too much if you use the right gear. Actually use the desolve it stuff. So you leave it on there for just a little while, and it just eats away at the glue without damaging the plastic. And then once you finish cleaning all that off, you can just wipe it off and it just comes off straight away. So it was all over the dash pad, all over there, and now it's all gone. So it's just the last bit that I'm doing in the corner. I'm also sending the steering wheel off to be retrimmed, so that'll get done. And I'm just dealing, as I was saying at the start, with the seat foam on this side. I've got a solution for it without having to spend $1,000 on a new old stock one, which is going to bring that back, because that actually had seat repairs before. And obviously you can see down here there's some stuff that's been spilled over time. That'll all get cleaned up, so with this footwell. But you know, it's going to come back up pretty much like the passenger side. There's the seat frame there, but that's the passenger side at the moment. And I'll get a heat gun onto that and heat this up. This will go nice and tight. That's what happens with the new old stock seat covers. You just got to work the frame and then work the Velcro underneath it and use some heat. And I've got a damaged lug here, so I'm just yet again using the dissolve it stuff to get rid of this glue. Somebody tried to glue it on, and then I'll stick it all back together, and away we go. But you can actually see what that stuff does. There was some on there. I'll just wipe this off now with a soapy rag, and that'll come back like the other side. That's better. So seat's done. Just got to use the heat gun a bit more, using the heat gun on it just to get it nice and flat. That'll happen. Just get some wear into it. Fix the sides, fix some of the trims, got rid of all the nasty glue that was used on the dash, and now I'm on to putting the headlights in, because the headlights have basically had it. They're not great at all. I was actually going to get some more seats because this one was badly worn, but I actually went through the process of buying a new old stock seat base and then having the seat foam rebuilt by a motor trimmer. The seat bases, just the foams, are about $1,000 on eBay if you find some new old stock ones. They're actually repairable, so unless they're really horrifically worn, it was fine to repair this and get the shape right. This will tighten up over time, but you know, compared to what it was when it was sitting in the car all broken and all slumped, that is now not the case. Now it's time to put it back into that. And in she goes. You need to make sure the seat's tilted forward, otherwise you're not going to get it in, and also protect the bottom down here with the plastics and everything else as you're putting it in. But it's the reverse of pulling it out. And as you can see, that bolster's now up, and all that's been repaired. I actually plastic welded this, so I can reuse that. A lot of people buy new ones. You don't need to. If you can plastic weld it, it'll never break again. Not in the same place anyway. Let's get this one in. Okay, that's all back in now. It's pretty straightforward because there's two little hooks on the front. So you angle the seat in, and then you just do the two bolts at the back. I've got to give the back of the seat a clean, but you know, that's basically a hell of a lot better on both sides than what it looked like. They will flatten out a bit in the sun. I'll clean those up, but wow, a lot better than what it was. Rightio. So today is an important day for me because I want to get to the point of finishing this off so that I can send it off to the paint shop. So a few things need to happen. These brakes are going to be redone, resprayed, stickers going on it, and then a high temp gloss will go on it. The original HSV stickers will go there. And I'm actually also going to do these wiper arms today. They'll all be blasted and repainted, 3 coats of paint will go on that. And just got to finish off a couple of things. There was the window deflectors here, so I'm just going to take a little bit of this glue off. There's some special stuff that I use to get the rest of that off, which is fine. It's also on the back window as well. So get all that organised, then send it off to the paint shop. Everywhere that you see that there's a bit of yellow tape, for example, a paint place will redo this, but I'll get a little bit of paintless dent removal done as well. There's a fair bit of work that needs to happen on the bonnet. I've got a nice little couple of dents just in here, and they'll be removed, and then it's going to be resprayed. So it's the front bumper, bonnet, roof, and part of the boot. I'm going to do the boot up to this line here, just because it had some stone chips. Anyway, that's going to be next, and then I'm going to take the all these tints pretty much had it, so I'm going to take that off, get it taken off, and I won't be able to get it registered anyway because that tint is too dark here in South Australia, so that'll come off as well, and I'll get it redone in a reasonably lighter tint but still a nice tint. So getting there, I've also got to put in, because I've got a fast flash issue with the right hand side indicator, common problem with the Commodores. I bought a HSV fast flash kit which I'll be installing today. It's only on one side, so there's a wiring room that'll go into the back as well. So time to have a look at some time-lapse photography, get this thing back into a respectable order that it needs to be. Okay, so this Morpheus manual is now going in to get a respray. That's all going to be taken back to bare metal. This has come off, fixed some issues that it had with chips. It's going to get it right. So it looks reasonable, and you're not going to notice any bad stone chips or anything like that. Just because of where it came from in Western Australia. It had some stone chips, but we're going to get all those out. So it's part of the way through. It should be finished shortly. Now it looks like this.